All right, so starting from the daily time frame, being in this area in price, I want to mark out the daily fair value gap here, this BISI that we've since inverted. And then I'm just going to mark out this low, even though I know in hindsight we don't get to it. I'm just going to remind myself that it's there. Then I'm going to jump up to the 1 hour chart. I don't think there's anything else I need to mark out. Maybe knowing that this volume imbalance is here as well might be valuable. I'll also pull this fair value gap to wick to wick is fine because I have that daily volume balance as well. Um, that's it. And then we'll go to the 1 hour, and we took the trade off of this 1 hour CISD. We've closed above this high. The next 1 hour high we have is here. And then we also have a relatively equal high with that there. Recently went through and deleted all of my acronyms in here, so I'm limited on what I can apply. Neither here nor there. I just don't want to add them back, so we're gonna just call it all buy side. Okay. So again, we haven't missed any entries, being that the last 1 hour sweep here was when we entered the trade. And anything going forward from this, we can just watch for like another setup basically. So we did get the trade that I assume she would have taken that morning. Oh wait, no, this is London still. So mm, there's nothing to look back on quite yet. And then, excuse me. All right, so we'll play forward. Okay, so we do have a sweep here. So this candle is an inside candle. Oh my goodness, I have another egg. Okay, so we have a sweep here, right? This is sweeping this high. And we now get the CISD on this down close candle. So this is the low that made the high, that swept the previous candle high, right? And we have a 5-minute CISD here. Now, okay, so all we have in this area, because I already marked this buy side, right? All we have in this area is this 1 hour liquidity. This was a major liquidity point on the 1 hour chart. As you can see, these are the 1 hour candles behind us. So down here is where the CISD was. We took out a major 1 hour high, and we've swept this candle, and now we are trading lower, creating that 5-minute CISD. If I pull it through, we can actually see that we are bouncing off of this area. I'm going to say that we probably shouldn't take that trade, because this is effectively, we've confirmed like another order block moving up in price, right? So this would become a breaker essentially, because it fails as an order block. So because this is a 1 hour order block, I would assume we shouldn't take it. There is a fair value gap. The 1 hour indicator is here. So again, there is a fair value gap below us, right? There's this 1 hour fair value gap right here to this low. And we could very well tap into this before going higher. So now it's a matter of, is there enough R from here to there to take this trade? From like, because I've actually mentioned this to you guys in yesterday's stream, was that I've seen her, even though this is counter trend for us to take this trade, I've seen her take the trade into a higher time frame PD array but close quickly because, you know, she knows that her R is a 1R, and she knows that she's not trying to hold any home runs here. She's basically taking a very mechanical trade until a fixed exit. So we can all see, right? I should think all of us can see to the eye that there's a 1R trade in there, and before our target even hits the 1 hour fair value gap, it would be a 1 hour trade. Um, Now, I think what throws a wrench in this, or what would stop us from taking the trade, is if 1R was already hit. So this is where the stop loss would be. That's that high, and then 1R would be there. Okay, so our target was not hit yet. So we do still have the opportunity to get into this trade, and we would have to kind of decide right now, because the next candle is going to either probably stop us out or hit our TP, or sorry, you know, keep trading in the direction. So we've come down to this 1 hour breaker. We traded higher. Did we sweep? No, we didn't sweep it because it comes down here. Um, we've traded higher since then. We're right above this 1 hour fair value gap, and um, we do have more buy side above us. So we've taken out this high. We've come back to retest it, and we have the buy side above us. So, hey Anya, you can jump up here. No pressure. You can jump up if you want to. Um, so I want to ask the group, actually. Anya, don't answer for them. I want to know, would you guys take the trade or not? Would you take the trade to go short, or would you take the trade to go, or would you avoid the trade? Again, what in my opinion, where we're at in it is that we do have 1R to take. So I'm not gonna give you my opinion. Would you guys take it or no? Yeah, okay, great, Stefan. I'm I'm gonna wait. Okay, okay. So I agree. I do think we should take it because that 1R target is there. Let's see if we have a 2R target in this. So 2R would be here. So because it's a higher time frame fair value gap, or not even because it's a higher time fair value gap, but the areas that we're interested in almost in every single PD array, is we're interested in the high, the midpoint, and the low. So because this is very shallow into the high, I do think we can get to the midpoint of this fair value gap. It seems pretty wide, unless I'm just zoomed in, but I think that we even have a 2R target in our midst, right? So this is the 1R idea, this is the 2R idea. I do agree. I think that we should take it. I don't think that we should avoid taking this trade. I even wonder if this is a trade that I actually saw her take. Because I do recall her taking like a counter trade trend into a PD array. So I'm gonna map this out for the, or we'll take the trades first, and then after this plays out, I'm going to go ahead and place all the other entries on here, like dividing the stop losses into three. So this is the 1 hour idea. This is the 2 hour idea. We'll play forward now. Straight to TP. Beautiful trade. Very nice. Very nice, guys. That's, you've got a 1 hour and you got a 2 hour in your hands. You have a 3 hour trade even when you're not risk sinking. So, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup, and this is just really plain and simple. 1 hour sweep, 5 minute CISD, and straight into, and this is just after taking a 1 hour high, right? So we took a high, didn't expand past that high, swept the 1 hour candles that swept that high, and traded lower and created that 5 minute CISD, entry, TP. All in a matter of 20 minutes, you would have been out of this trade. Oh, wait, sorry. I lied. 30 minutes, you would have been out of that trade. All right, so let me just put this all on here. I think I want to map this differently. I'm going to trade this. I'm going to change this to the 2R tool that I use for myself. And then I'll split that risk in half here. Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute. She uses the bodies. We didn't get the trade. No entry. Sorry guys, I'm used to the swing low because of the previous backtest. We did not get into that trade, but nevertheless,
Yes,
sorry, go ahead.
I agree. Like if you follow fully criterias, the body should be an entry. But I do, just for your information, guys, as you remember on the street on the video itself when I was talking. So when I see a CISD and right below a small fair value gap, and if that get inverse, my entry gonna be the retest of the fair value gap. So basically that confirmation of the close of fair value gap, like you see here. So we cannot record this trade because it's not we need to have CISD. So, but for the information, like if I see a setup like this, like we have CISD and right away we inverse the fair value gap. So that inversion of this fair value gap going to be additional confirmation for me, and take I would probably gonna take the trade on the retest of even fair value gap because by my experience, this also often happen that we have like little fair value gap below the CISD and that fair value gap inversion become a resistance as well. So, and I'm just dividing the area all the way from fair value gap to the high, swing high, and taking it. But we cannot record this trade because it's just for your information if you see a picture like this.
Nice, thank you so much, Anya. All right, so great. On to the next rep here. I do like where we are in price action in general. Again, we have a huge 1 hour breaker, right? And then we've traded into this fair value gap. So as long if we get any type of 1 hour sweep here, that's a pretty much A plus long as well. So not quite the sweep. This would be the low here. All right, so I'm watching this low. All right, we do sweep it. We sweep this low out here. Oops. And we have the 5 minute CISD here. So the 1 hour idea is there. We haven't touched it. And then we have the 2 hour idea here. So theoretically, the entry is waiting for us. And then the stop loss is here. And again, I'll set up all the position tools after the fact. We'll just play this through to see if we get in first. All right, so boom, we're in 2 trades at least. Oof, stopped out. So let me just record this really quick and then we'll move on to the next rep. I still like that we're in this PD array. We're in this 1 hour PD array. Hey, good morning. Oh, wow, that surprised me. I forgot that I changed the colors.
There's so many things I see right away because I trade this
Yeah.
uh, strategy,
Oof. Feel free to
and I
share.
agree.
Yeah, feel free to share
Yeah,
while I'm going.
yeah, and I agree that like by model itself, this need to be taken for the statistical data. But again, like it's kind of my already narratives. For example, the first candle closed with creating the hourly fair value gap above. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I probably would wait in this case like 9:30 and the close of the highest CISD, like basically the
This
hourly
high?
open of this candle. No, even here there, like to basically close above the hourly fair value gap.
Yeah, close this high.
And
Close this fair value
yeah,
gap.
and
Yeah.
another narrative that it's just an experience that between 9 and 9:30, I'm waiting for the manipulation. It's gonna be much lower. I would go on the left and look for the lower, like literally lower hourly like block. Like let's see this little block, like little hourly block right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I would really wait for from this 9 to 9:30, like or at market open, the manipulation on hourly like lower PD rate as we very expanded already. Like you see,
Yeah.
so it's kind of more narrative, but I agree that this trade need to be taken because the model was there, but a little bit just some experience for you guys so you can watch it. Not from 9 to 9:30, there is a bigger manipulations happen. So and I expect like the 9 a.m. candle like give a bigger move, like so I look like a little bit like 20-30% of ATR PD raise above or below for that manipulation, early morning manipulation, New York.
Yeah, especially prior to the open. I mean, I definitely don't take any trades prior to the open, but definitely prior to
Yes,
the open,
exactly.
I would avoid taking the entry. But
Yeah, with that little kind of little stop loss because volume is growing and ATR gonna grow significantly very fast. So there is a huge chance to be stopped out.
yeah. But definitely, like she said, we don't form fit the data. So
Mhm.
since the setup is
Yes,
here, since we're inside of a 1 hour PD array and it fits the alignment that we're trading, we're gonna record the data for sure. And then, but I'm sure, like as a result of having more entries or having more setups throughout the day, we're definitely gonna have an increased amount of losses, but we're gonna see a lot of wins as well.
exactly. And you remember, guys, we don't need a huge win rate with using a risk sync tool.
Hold on, guys. I gotta track all of them really quick. I'm gonna push through. Wait, sorry. Okay. Our target on everything is 709.25. Okay. I think we're pretty
Those
much there.
three last three, I think you should pull to 2R, right?
Yes, sorry. You're right.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna delete this guy here. And I just want to mark that this is the 1 hour fair value gap. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Alright, and I'm just gonna place the time on here. This is super key. So our entry occurred on this candle. I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit more. All right, so we do have all 6 reps here, just for you guys to be prepared. Oops. I did organize the sheet a little bit differently since yesterday. We'll go through it as I'm starting to report all the reps. So I did organize all the entries, or I gave them all a symbol, let's say. I did ultimately decide to divide the entries by entry instead of R. So first I had them organized by 1R and 2R. Now I have them organized by entry 1, entry 2, because the level of those entries are going to be the same. So those are more than likely going to be the ones that I mark back to back. But as a result of finding a symbol for everything, I was able to shorten everything. So I'll just be able to go through and check it. And I'll again just go through the legend in a second. So long, and I'll add a legend up here in the description as well, so everyone knows what the symbols stand for. But when you hover over these options, it tells you the name of exactly that category. All right, so we entered at 9:05. 9:05, which is a new data entry, and we exit at 9:15. 10 minutes in the trade. This session is going to be considered London pre. Hold on a second. I think we agreed that this was after 8:30 is New York. Okay, so this is going to be considered New York technically. And we entered in the PD array, and it would be the 1 hour daily alignment. So we did get the sweep, we did get the CISD, we were stopped out, and this is going to be entry 1 1R, entry 1 2R, entry 2 1R, entry 2 2R, entry 3 1R, entry 3 2R. So all the 2R trades are with dice, right? You can think of it as taking a gamble for going higher. And then the 1R trades are kitchen utensils. So you can think of this as low-hanging fruit, right? Just enough to eat. So now on the 1R and 2R categories, you have strawberries for the 1R, because if you know strawberries, they grow on the ground. It's quite literally low-hanging fruit. And then apples grow on a tree, so that's higher fruit, right? So very simple to know what's going on here. So for the first trade, we have the 1R, and I'll just kind of go through the diagonal because I know that we hit every single trade. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I missing here? Oh, the 1R and 2R. Okay. So then we have 1. Ooh, this is tricky. Okay. And we hit a -1 on all of these. And we'll just leave that blank. And then I'll drop the chart for all of this. And this is just the main chart for all of them. This second chart that I listed here, and this is going to be for the max R. I think we're zoomed in enough on every single trade that we don't need to have multiple charts for every setup. But there may be a situation where the liquidity is too far or the PD array is too far to kind of see what that time frame alignment is looking like or what that daily is. So the note that I want to make here is that the setup was, or the previous hour candle closed bearish, like strongly bearish, leaving a fair value gap. So previous hour closed bearish, leaving fair value gap, and then the open is less than 30 minutes away. So that's a very simple rule that can be applied later down the road once we get through the first like 60 reps, let's say, because we're taking multiple entries in a day. After 60 reps, we can see, are we getting stopped out frequently when a sweep occurs after a 1 hour fair value gap is formed? And if that is the case, then we can make it a rule to simply, we're not looking for a sweep directly after that fair value gap is formed, right? So this is confirmed on this candle. that means after this candle or in this candle, we're not looking for the sweep to happen. We may look for it to happen after in the candle after that, like literally just in the second candle, because we can't technically wait for the candle sweep because that's the entire model. But we can wait at least until one candle prints and doesn't close with a fair value gap. It literally can just close maybe even just the low, for instance, right? And the next one can create that sweep that we're looking for. All right, so I just want to double check all the entries here. Ooh, I should have left that thirds up. Okay, so we got entry 1 on 9:05, entry 2 and 3 at 9:10. 9:05, 9:10. Oh, Notion is slowing down. And then we'll go through and add all the exits while it's thinking. Excuse me. Oh, I have sessions on multi-select. I need to change this. So the options will stay in place. But we can only select one session. And this is obviously the fair value gap setup with the 1 hour to daily alignment. And that 1 hour would be trading away from that daily order block that we marked out yesterday. All right, so now entry 2 and 3 would be 9:10. Okay, I already have it on that one. Sometimes it just takes Notion to a little bit to kind of lock that entry in. So I have to wait so that I don't make duplicate times. I'll show you guys what I mean. I have this timetable down here. And sometimes if I don't wait, I end up getting duplicate times. I actually haven't audited this in a while, so I don't know if we have some in here. But if because we want data on when the or when the entries are happening, it's better if this is its own database, because then you can organize this database by whatever you have, by whatever subject it is. Just gonna do a quick scroll to make sure nothing obvious sticks out at me for duplicate times. Okay, I don't see anything. Okay, on to the next entry here. I think we got everything. Does anyone have any questions about the sheet or about the previous rep? For me or for Anya? Just delete all this. All right, so gonna play through one more time. Again, for me personally, because we are in this 1 hour fair value gap, I like it. We're in a 1 hour fair value gap plus the breaker, right? It's essentially a 1 hour unicorn. So, excuse me. And the unicorn being, or the breaker being this one, right? So because it's a 1 hour unicorn, it can potentially have a really good setup. But as we move into 9:30, the question is, do we get an entry off of it? Now, of course, every time you hit buy side liquidity, you want to be cautious, especially higher time frame buy side liquidity. You want to be cautious of a lower time frame shift or lower time frame sweep as well. And you'll probably see what I mean in a second. Okay. So we do have the 1 hour we do have the 1 hour sweep here on this candle. The 5-minute CISD is happening all the way down here. We haven't traded below this fair value gap, right? And order flow is at the moment bullish. We're above this daily SIBI, which we inversed, and now we've traded back above it. So this personally for me is not where I'm interested in taking a short, because we have a bullish array below us now. And remember, we have this volume imbalance as well. So we've traded above that, and now we're trading back to it. At this point, I would not be interested in shorting it. Look how big this stop is, right? We're at 9:30 on this. That's that 9:30 candle. So because of how big the stop is, 2R would be insane. It pretty much would trade all the way through it. But you know, I could very well be reading it wrong. But I think this is a scenario that we can avoid taking the trade in. Anya, do you have any rules around trading the open
Yeah,
at all?
so first of all, like one of my rule, like I definitely don't take a trade if the setup appears right before the 9:30 volatility. So that's kind of my rule, the last 30 minutes, like so I have to give at least 30 minutes before, like if I enter, because I don't really, I wake up before 9:30. So
Yeah.
if I have at least 30 minutes to have this before market open on a lower volatility, so I would take a trade, and I honestly don't care about that stop is too big or not. But yes, because it's before 9:30, we know that ATR is very small and it's gonna increase significantly just in a couple minutes, and our stops could be not valid at all. That's kind of a rule that just I'm just sitting on my hands and see what price shows. I would also mark on this chart the like daily I think you have it right a little
Yeah.
higher,
Yeah, I
the
have the
daily previous day high, like yeah, you do have it. Previous day high, we have daily CB there.
I actually don't have the
So
daily highs on, but yeah, it's marked by buy side.
yeah, okay, buy side. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's it. Like usually like one of my rule, yeah, I don't take a trade right before
What about
uh
after the open? Do you have a time limit after the
after
open?
open, yeah, I do. I want to see that manipulation. So I
So
want to
just
see that manipulation.
so just after 9:30.
Yes, for example, because now what I would do, I would look like where it's going to manipulate. And as I said, it can manipulate for this hourly block below us or for the daily buy side liquidity because it's too close and it left it, right?
Yeah.
So we have daily CB there actually matching with previous day high.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like, for example, manipulate below and bring a setup to the high to this buy side liquidity, that's already planning the trade. Then I would be on that trade to target that buy side liquidity. So at the same time, if it manipulates to the buy side liquidity and start rejecting that, giving me a CISD on 5 minutes, then I'll be on short
Okay,
for
sounds
continuation.
okay. Great. Yeah. So I like for everyone that knows how I trade. Once we get that previous day high or that daily target, for me, I'm hands off personally. But if this were my model, then yes, this sweep of this high right here, this is obviously we've swept out many multiple highs, right? So on this CISD here, I would be interested in looking for a setup at this point. Like, once we close this, the only thing that would be stopping me is that we have this daily array here, right? But at this point, like if we go back to the bottom of it, we traded inside of it. We didn't sweep the low. We traded all the way through it and then traded right back above it. I actually do think we could come back to sweep that low as a result. Because
Yes.
of how deep we've traded through it personally. But
And especially, yeah,
no,
yeah,
well,
go
yeah,
ahead.
and on top of that, the same logic here is that we've traded through this 1 hour fair value gap. We're this low in it now. It just seems reasonable that we're at least gonna trade to this order block here, if not even lower, right? And then if we do get through that, in that case, it seems like it seems reasonable to trade all the way through this. Basically, is all I was gonna say.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if we look at the bigger picture, like let's say on a daily chart. So we retrace to
Yeah, we're
golden pocket, basically OTE price, and the daily CB is above us,
yeah.
and daily buy side liquidity is above us. That's a good point to sweep it.
Very
Yeah,
nice, cozy. Yes, exactly. So, this actually, I didn't realize it was playing. It actually played it forward for us. Sorry. So don't look, guys. Don't cheat. But what she's saying is that we're technically in this bearish leg on the daily chart, right? So hat before the day open, let's say we've retraced into OTE of this. Oh, sorry, my OTE disappeared. But as you can imagine, this is very deep OTE, and we're inside of a daily SIBI here, and we've traded lower, right? So in this case, we should be following bearish order flow, and the bullish the bullish PD arrays would not hold up in that case, right? Like if we are really in a bearish trend, then we want to see bullish PD arrays fail in that case. All right, so
Yes.
we've swept previous day high. We have the 5 minute CISD. It's there technically. I think this R is a little bit insane, but we'll see how this plays out. It's a super
But
wide
again, I
stop.
would,
Yeah.
yeah, but again, I would not take this trade again um, because that's narrative. Because first of all, we have that resistance that you said, and I want to see another like after 9:30 setup. I want to see 9:30 manipulation, either below and then go above, either above and then go below, make new CSD.
Yes,
You see
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. I was just I was just showing them again why I wouldn't take the trade. So here, or why we wouldn't take the trade, is that this for a 2R, we don't want to see it. And again, for the, like she said, she wants to see a manipulation higher again with another CISD before taking this, right? So this looks clean, right? Burn this into your brains. This looks clean. We've come up, we've swept a 1 hour fair value gap in here. We have a 5 minute CISD. Don't pull the trigger yet on this, right? Don't.
What rule applies here also if it's 9:30 a.m.? The rules applies. You remember we were talking yesterday about the rule. Does the risk worth the reward?
Yes. Right. So that's why I was mentioning that wick is super huge. This risk would be kind of be ridiculous. So 1R brings you into the PD array. I think it would be a little bit more logical if it brings you just shy of it, because it's in the open and you're bound to get manipulated, right? So I can see this being a
Yes,
situation where it misses the PD array and it runs previous day high.
yes, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
All
I
right,
agree
guys.
fully.
So I already recorded the loss on this one. We'll skip this setup again just because we are against the bullish PD arrays. We'll keep it simple there. And again, that risk reward is not there for this trade. So next candle, trade straight up. Good thing we didn't take it. And there's that sweep that she was talking about. She wants to see another manipulation. And then there's previous day high. So we sweep previous day high again, and we're closing lower at this point. Let's see what time it is. It's
Yes,
not.
and guys, look at this picture. It's very important because we do kind of have a sweep below and this block that we built like this down close two candles before this manipulation,
Mm-hmm,
but we hit the very daily target. So even we have this setup, but because it's very, very high probability OT daily buy side liquidity is taking that this is manipulation. So in this case, I would look for money for the CISD of this up close candle to go short from a daily OTE.
mm-hmm.
And doesn't matter that the stop loss is wide. I'm just gonna divide it by three. It's gonna be because if this is manipulation and we use standard deviation, we want to have at least 100% down from this daily level, right?
Yeah. So this is what it would look like if we are able to confirm it. So once we close through these bodies here, 1R would be down
Yes.
here and 2R would be there.
Because we already trading New York Open and it's very different volatility and different stop losses.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
different size, of course.
Okay, so we haven't quite closed the 5 minute BISI here yet, but it looks promising. So I just want to throw in a little bit of how I read price in this case, because I've mentioned it to you guys before in the previous model, and I want to mention it here as well. When you see price, like just how she could say, I want to trade once we get below these two up close candles after sweeping previous day high, right? She can tell that this is a manipulation. When you know that this is a manipulation, you can almost front run this order block being confirmed by pulling the mean threshold, right? And this is not part of this model. I just want to share this with you while we're here. When you close through this mean threshold, you can pretty much, I don't want to say just, you can pretty much slap it, right? But if we get a retest of this mean threshold here, you can take a trade from this midpoint down to the low. If it confirms you're in a good trade and you entered really, really, really high, if this does not confirm and this ends up being a liquidity sweep, you still got a solid trade from the midpoint to the low. Okay, from in this.
That's what I would use, probably this inversion on retest of it as well.
Okay, nice. See, so Isn't that manipulation down? So we retrace back up to 50. We retrace back to the 50% and back up. I think you're talking about this manipulation here. Snook. Are you talking about the manipulation from this high? Or are you talking about this one? Or are you talking about on the daily chart? Sorry, I want to answer the question before we move on. Yeah. This kind of tells us this unfortunately told us how the daily's gonna close. I thought TradingView fixed that. I apologize, guys. The daily is showing the candle close though. This is not showing. I'm positive this is not showing where the candle is in real time because where we are in real time is we're up here. So this is we're cheating.
Pretty much simple rule applies here, Silk, that yes, so 50% of that manipulation, but
Oh,
you see that we see manipulation on 5 minute while we use in the narrative of very high time frame. And we should like kinda I'm ignoring those 50% on 5 minute when they're really like daily, weekly, like huge when time frame buy side liquidity was taken.
yeah,
Because then this little move of 5 minute is nothing in a potential daily move of a daily chart, right?
yeah, 100%. Oops. All right. So I accidentally played that next one through prematurely, but this is the next candle. We did close the CISD now, so we do have potential entry and stop loss waiting for us. So all of our limits are placed. You can imagine that all entries are there, and we'll just play through. Nice, cozy. Well, see the major thing on any day. Well, I don't want you guys to cheat, but don't cheat. Don't look at the chart. But it's it's Friday, January 2nd. Don't be answering my questions based on you guys looking forward, okay? You guys should be trying to interpret the price in front of you. like
Yes,
don't
yes,
don't
as it goes.
don't don't be cheating and looking at price. Now, with that being said, any day, I've mentioned this 1,000 times, any day where you've already hit daily high or daily low, that's your target, or my target. That's my target already being hit. Right? So for me, technically, I'm hands off. Now, the only scenario where I'm not hands off is look at what time we hit it. We hit this liquidity at 9:50, right? So because we hit it at the open, or no, we didn't have to open. We hit it during 9:50. So what does that tell you? More than likely this is going to be a 10 a.m. reversal, right? So being that we're hitting a daily liquidity level during the 9:50 to 10:10 macro, this is more than likely going to be a 10 a.m. reversal. So if you use daily profiles at all, this, you can use that to your advantage, that extra discretionary narrative to your advantage, right? But just the fact that you hit a daily level, we're trading a 5 minute chart. This is the major liquidity point from where you want to see a manipulation occur. That's what Anya was saying, right? You don't want like let's say you're hitting a 1 hour level, a 4 hour level, well, your daily level will override that. So if you have this bullish 1 hour PD array, but we hit this major daily liquidity level, you're looking at this for your narrative. You're not looking at this for your narrative. That's, you see what I'm saying? Because the higher time frame. Yeah, higher time frame, hierarchy, right? So your daily arrays would override your lower time frame arrays. um let's see. I think it's better to start this back test at January 1st, 2025. Oh, so Cozy, my whole thing with that is I 100% would, but if you recall, I did not catch up with current price action on Adrian's model. So I actually think it's best to review this most previous week. One, because it's fresh in our mind and we can stay locked in to current price action, and we can see how it's performing in real time. Maybe people will grow a brain and say, okay, I need to trade this model this week. I need to watch Anya's stream this week. This model has been performing good for the whole year. I want to jump in and watch her and see how she performs this live, right? So I want to stay with current PA as much as possible. We'll never get to 2026 if I start in 2025 again. Okay, there was an SPS long on that manipulation up. Just saying. Okay, thank you, Soy. Okay, so we've traded way lower. We've already hit our 1 hour targets. Anya, if I'm correct, the 1 hour entries would be removed, right? Okay, so 2 hour trades are still on the table.
If this trade would retest, that would be a trade, but unfortunately, it just
Yeah.
never get to my entry. So sit on our hands.
Okay. I'm trying so hard to not click too quickly. Okay. So we've closed below the daily CE, and we're returning back to another daily CE. So if price is bullish, we've traded below it and above it. If price is bullish, we should trade back above it. If it's bearish, it's going to trade back down. Right? Does everyone
Yeah,
like
so for bullish area for me, it's need to do CISD of this basically hourly open.
mhm
Uh, if the bullish scenario, and then I switch long to take this buy side liquidity. So all the way like to the hourly open and 5 minute CISD down close candles.
mhm
Yes, for bullish scenario. And until then, I'm just sitting on my hands literally because it didn't grab my entry.
okay, just so you
Because
guys
this
can
four
visual.
down close, like five down close candles, that's gonna be all my order block. Even it seems huge, but I'm telling you guys, don't judge the price by huge or small. If it's huge manipulation, it's gonna be huge move. If it's small manipulation, it might gonna be small move.
Yeah. The only caveat or exception to that would be, for example, if you are risking $100 per trade and the stop is like 67 points, right? In this case, you would have to adjust your stop loss to be that $100. So you would have to figure out how to move your entry closer to your stop loss so that you can get to that 50-point stop. So this is only in the only exception is when you're using minimum sizing for a large stop, right? So and then when that large stop is outside of your price range, that's literally the only exception. But most of the
But
time,
exactly,
yeah, good.
but with one contract, guys, you literally can give up to with $100 loss up to 150 points stop because one account gonna hit 50 points, which is $100. Second
Mhm.
account 50 points, which is so up to 150 points, you are okay pretty much.
Yes, exactly. So when this stop loss is, let's say if it's 150 points, she's saying you're going to divide it by 3 and each stop loss is going to be 50 points. And what I like about this model in general, the way she risks things is that it does show you that you can bring your entry closer to your stop loss. So in all price action trading, you don't want to be thinking about how can you how can you just get in the trade, right? Just get the entry that gets you in the trade. You actually don't want to bring your stop loss closer to your entry point. You want to bring your entry point closer to your stop, right? That's the way that we all should be thinking in regards to trying to increase RR to get like the max to maximize your profits. But in general, just the way she organizes her accounts by allowing one to stop out and getting into the trade deeper, closer to her stop, you're still going to get a huge reward no matter which entry works out.
Yes.
All right, so we are closing this low here. This is where traders get wrecked. They think kind of fits my model. Yes, exactly. They want to get any, they just want to hop in at any point. All right, so this 1 hour candle closed way down here. So we now have a 1 hour CISD that's up here as well. So a 5 minute and a 1 hour CISD all waiting up here for us.
Yes.
I don't know why I have this here.
One more thing, guys. So when that setup like this appears and it was not tested,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's not tested this day,
It will be.
I'll save it for the next day because it was never tested and the liquidity might still sit there. So if a setup plays out, that's it. I delete it. I don't watch it next day. But if in this situation, if it's never going to be tested this day, I'll save it for next day. It's just something just to sometimes you see my trades out of nowhere on next day, but it's actually not out of nowhere. It's out of this.
So I want to mention here as well that we did hit the 2 hour target. So we are now removing
Yes.
all limit orders on this. And I'm just going to pull this through. So we did inverse this fair value gap at this point. And I'll remove that CISD as well. No, not liquidated. We never got in the trade. Oh, your account liquidated. All right, so we're just waiting for a sweep at this point. We are below daily arrays here. Okay, so any 1 hour sweep to the buy side is looking nice. And then we obviously have this huge 1 hour fair value gap within these daily arrays. We are we are at 1350, so we're already at 150. We're in PM session now. Anya would be basically just getting off the
Yes.
stream. So she was in price action during this right here. So we do have a 1 hour sweep here, sweeping
Yes,
this
and
low. And then we have,
that's
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, that's I mean, I was saying that's gonna be my trade. And I remember this trade and know the outcome, but I'm not gonna tell you because I
Okay.
took it.
Okay, good. So this would be the trade idea here. Again, stop loss at that low. The CISD would be here. Oops.
No, we're not cheating. We're taking the trade no matter what. Like, I mean, we recording the trade no matter what. And I'm saying this would be a trade because we do have a sweep. We do have like a good move down. We have the potential pullback for at least 50%, but for I need at least 1 hour for trade idea. We have a sweep. We have CISD, especially together with 5 minute inversion. I would take this trade no thinking.
No, she said, or they said, stop chit chatting. they want, they want us to stop talking so we can continue backtesting. This is kind of just the way they move. That's exactly why I don't want to go back to 2025 is because people have questions and that's
Be more quiet,
yeah.
guys.
That's why no Anya, don't don't give in. But this is the whole point of backtesting is so that, so we're not near the entry here. 1 hour ideas would be off the table.
Yes.
But people have questions and we want everyone to know how to trade the model. All right, so I want to point out here we've printed a 1 hour fair value gap, right? At this point. Oh wait, no, we haven't. That's the same low. Okay. Or the same price. Okay. So that's end of day. So we just didn't get a setup here.
Yeah.
All right. So now we will clear the charts here, or I'll clear out all of this. Does anyone have any questions in the meantime? So here we are opening Asia. I don't believe we're gonna backtest everything. So in this case, we don't have any rules against trading Asia. We'll jump up to the daily chart to see where we are. I do want to do something really quick because I'm okay. So we're on January 4th. I want to restart the replay and then see if I can change something. It's not letting me do it. It doesn't have the drop down. Maybe that is what it is. Okay. I thought TradingView fixed the issue where it doesn't like spawn the entire candle before we see it, but I guess that's not the case anymore. I guess you have to have the charts open to not do that. Um, Hold on. I'm just okay. This is what I'm gonna do because I want you because we're using higher time frame for this. I'm going to pop open those extra charts. So we'll do the 1 hour here and the daily there. Look at that. Do you guys see that? 5 minute, 1 hour daily, because that's literally how I trade in real life. It's already, these charts are already on those time frames. So now when we go to replay, we just drop down to all charts and it should replay all charts at the same time. What we'll do is we'll just close these higher time frames. We'll leave them like this. And when we need to refer to them, we can open it up a little bit. So I'm just going to replay to the 4th here. Okay, so now our daily and our 1 hour is matched to where we are in price. And we're all on continuous, so it's good to go. Excuse me. So since I don't have the kill zone indicator on, maybe I should have the kill zone indicator on. What do you guys think? Add, well, Anya doesn't trade with it, so I'm just gonna leave it off. Actually, we'll leave it off.
I don't know what is this.
It just marks out like Asia high, Asia low, London high, London low.
Ah,
It's, yeah.
okay.
Okay. So previous day high, previous day low marked out for us. We still are working around the same daily array, and we have this one, or we have this daily OB. Bullish. And that's it. These are the three PD arrays that were around. I'm not gonna saturate it more than that. On the 1 hour basis, we are working inside of this 1 hour fair value gap. And that's it so far. Yeah, that's fine. Daily low is bigger than all of this, so I'll leave that off for now. I do remember this Sunday open, that's for sure, because that's this week. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so we're trading we're inside of the daily arrays, right? This is also that big 1 hour fair value gap in this case. Let me back this out a little bit. And obviously we can see it through these candles here. Thanks for the FYI, Silk. What's for dinner? Pasta. Okay, so haven't quite gotten it yet. Okay, no, yeah, we on these candles. So this is to obviously, as with this daily expansion, right? With any daily expansion, the next day more than likely to be an immediate rebalance. It's more than likely coming up to this fair value gap to rebalance it, right? This does not mean I'm necessarily looking for a short right off the bat. I actually want to see how far up it can go. So again, if you guys have traded, back tested or traded with us before, then you know that we're mainly looking at OTE of previous day's range. So I just want to flash that on just so you guys can kind of see where we are narrative wise. So EQ of previous day is up here. So this is premium in general of previous day, and then deep premium is going to be above these daily arrays, okay, which would be right into that 1 hour fair value gap that we flipped, as well as the 1 hour CISD and the 5 minute CISD up here. So this area, although it looks like, oh my god, we should just short this now or whatever you're thinking, you really want to get to a premium first. So instead of like looking at this OB here, It could very well play out. Don't get me wrong, but instead of looking at this OB here, you would kind of be looking to get into a deeper premium before taking a short, unless price starts to display otherwise. So far, just up close candles is what I'm saying, and we closed above this candle bullishly, closing above the high. So we'll see how this unfolds for the rest of the day. Excuse me, guys. I'm kind of starting to cough a bit here. It's kind of fun waiting for the anticipation of a CISD. Okay, so we do have a candle sweep here, and we're trading into this 5 minute OB back here, which is not a 1 hour order block, as you guys can see. This is a 1 hour fair value gap, and we have not reached premium. Again, I just want to pose the question to you guys: do you guys want to take this trade? I think using Anya's knowledge that she dropped here was that we have this candle closing bullishly above this previous hourly candle, right? So there's no instance of like any hesitation here, but we have traded up to this 5 minute OB. Again, which is not an OB that we would use anyway, so we technically wouldn't be shorting here. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
it's more like 5 minutes will be.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I agree because I always like, especially when we have such a small ATR candles and they like slowly keep closing one above another.
yeah.
So in this case, maybe I would like to see any kind of hourly candle make like show some close, nice close to give us a PD rate, recent PD rate.
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking for same day PD arrays as opposed to previous week PD arrays.
Not like almost, not always like, but like you see how price is just, it's like we can find the sweep, we can really spread these candles, but if you see it's just consolidating actually
Yeah, 100%.
at the same price, it's there is no moves there, like
So I'm assuming everyone has passed this and this and their understanding of price, but consolidation is not necessarily always sideways. So although this is like really slowly grinding up, this is more so of an uptrend consolidation, right? So you can see with how deep the retracements are that this is a consolidation. If this was truly trending, there wouldn't be like a mixture of candles. You would see the candles be more one-sided, right? So either mostly bearish or mostly bullish. This isn't
and pay
exactly.
attention.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Go
No,
ahead.
no, no, you go ahead,
Well,
finish it.
I was just gonna say that, like, in general, consolidations, most people just kind of think it's just doing this, right? But a consolidation can very well also trend up slowly or grind
Yes.
slowly, which is what we call like the stairs up, stairs down analogy. And then same thing to the downside, it can do this type of situation, and you can kind of base it just visually. You can see that there's a
Yeah,
mixture of candles, and then likewise, there's a deep retracement in every single time that we close higher, like a very deep retracement.
exactly, I very agree, and plus you guys always pay attention, just like if you move a little bit left.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just move a little bit left? You see this highs that we place, highs of the high, highs of the high, high, like literally five, six candles of the previous day highs, and we kind of trading above them. So because those highs are become also like there were some resistance, and now we're trading above that. So it's kind of act like a support. Like you see all these highs of those candles that we kept swapping
Mm-hmm.
on the previous day.
Previous day. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 lower, like the last hours of the trade. Like you see the highs of the candle,
Yeah.
high, 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 high
Mm-hmm.
of highs of hourly candle, and now we're moving above all those highs.
Yeah. So now it's acting on
So
resistance. Yeah. So any type of PD array, when you start like an old high and old low, people forget is a PD array. So even on an hourly candle basis, once you flip that array, you can see if that high holds. Right. Um this is very primary or foundational to any kind of trading concept, right? But once you trade above that high, she's saying these highs are holding, right? And so because of these highs are holding, we're not necessarily looking to go short here. We just wait until
we're
something.
going against resistance pretty much with that with this. consolidation, basically price action going against resistance is not a good idea.
Yeah. All right, so we have an inside candle here. Sorry, I keep moving the screen. We have an inside candle here. We have two inside candles back to back, actually.
This price action is a call for me to walk away and just come back later.
Okay. So we have a bullish close here, finally, like a decent bullish
Yes.
close. We're moving into 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. here. And we wouldn't have the CISD until we get down here. We're trading higher at the moment.
Does that sweep? It didn't sweep the previous hourly, right?
No, it didn't. So all of this, these are
Yeah.
all just relatively equal
High
lows.
highs,
Yeah, yeah.
high lows.
Exactly. So now on this candle here, right at 1 a.m., we sweep the previous high and we do now have a CISD here. Into, ooh, we just missed the PD array. We just missed that. Now I want to show here, right? Because we have this 1 hour that retested this OB and closed higher.
Mhm.
Does everyone see that? So, and then this likewise, we're even closing this OB higher than this one. So far, bullish order flow is holding even in this chop. It is holding higher at the moment. So again, I'll just put the question forward. Do you guys want to take the trade? Um, Anya, would you take this trade? We have.
Again, not on the same rule as we talked yesterday and we discussed with you, Jazz. First of all, it does risk worse to reward. As you said just right now, we do have this hourly blocks appears just right now, and we held it with previous candle. So basically, the open of that last red candle, not the one that we are in right now, but the last, the
Mm-hmm.
CISD of hourly. That's our like higher time frame PD rate. Does risk worse the reward? In this case, it works, but the stop loss going to be the trade, like probably like it's just a scalp. Like you see how the candle closed and retested this OB after a thing, you could have take it. I don't think you will be even able to put all the limit orders on this OB, like little 5 minute OBs. Like in this case, what I usually do, I just scalp it like for 1 hour with one contract
Yeah.
to
So
this hourly block.
yeah. So yeah, I agree. So I again like I'm in the mindset of see the trade, take the trade. 2R lands perfectly on it, right? So I do think this is a viable trade. What she was saying is on this candle, like right when this candle closes and opens, she doesn't think that we would place the limit orders on there. So what I'll do to entertain this is I'll say the 1R trades are off the table, but the 2R trades are there. So and then data wise, right? We can let me just pop into the 1 minute chart really quick. Okay, so we closed it on this candle here. So on the 1 minute basis, the CISD is actually down here. 5 minutes is up here. But on the 1 minute basis, the CISD is here. So we would close it there. So I don't think we would have gotten in this entry even if you drop down to a lower time frame. So I'll stand by what I said. The 1R trades are off the table as an entry, but we'll still take the 2R trade if we get
Technically
it.
impossible to notice and to take this trade. It just technically like 90% case you don't have gonna have enough time to actually
Yeah.
take.
Okay, so idea hit. So now this is off the table completely. So it did play out, right? But only if you were like quick enough to place a trade immediately, basically. So
Like market slap it like literally.
yeah, and like look at this is what I mean by like an obvious OB, right? Or just an obvious manipulation. I highly doubt anyone was looking at this as a high probability manipulation, right? Or just these candles. You really want to see
That
big beefy candles like this. Okay, cozy. Aside from cozy, but I highly doubt that anyone would have seen this as like, okay, I'm gonna just short this right now, right? So like as soon as we got the close in the CISD, would you have fired into this? Probably 90%, like Anya said, 90% of traders would not have been able to get into this trade. So, our idea has been met there. So we won't be placing the trade there. We won't be waiting for it. Cozy's typing. We'll wait for Cozy's reply really quick. Yeah. so so Cozy would slap it for the record, if anyone needs to know. So we have this 1 hour OB here. We'll see if this actually ends up holding. All right, so now we have a CISD to the upside. The next 1 hour target is up here. We can probably see that's more than 1R. Well, I'm sure in this though, you probably would have got more than 1R. Hopefully, you would have taken partials or something, but more than likely BE. I understand.
So again, this is not going to be a trade, but if this candle would sweep the previous, that CSD
Oh yeah,
would
that's
be
right.
my trade. But we don't have a criteria sweep.
You're right. You're right. Okay, so we have the candle sweep there. The CISD technically happens all the way up here. This is that little candle situation that she's talking about, that she mentioned to us yesterday. I assume you would use these series of candles, right, Anya? As
Yes,
opposed to, okay. So
yes,
the CISD is gonna be obvious, right? It's gonna be that series of candles as opposed to like this one candle here, because you have like this really small order block inside of here is what she's saying, or what she mentioned to us yesterday, right? So
yes.
this is
But
what
guys, important information here.
mhm.
The rule does risk worse to reward because these two order blocks hourly are still our resistance. And until we not close below it,
Yep. And so
like
let me just show you
it's
guys what that
still a
looks like.
resistance. So basically our entry goes right against resistance. Like,
Yes.
can you more?
So we have conflicting ideas here, right? So you
And I
have,
always choose that hourly against the 5 minute because hourly is stronger than 5 minutes.
yeah. I see, Cozy. So another thing that Cozy is mentioning here is that she doesn't trust when the swing high is not an up close. So if the swing high is a down close, she's not trusting it, right? Um now with that being said, so a basic order flow, right? Basic order flow. Down close candles are holding price up. That's what Anya is saying. Down close candles are holding price up, so we wouldn't want to short into that. We haven't negated these down close candles yet, and that's very simple order flow. That's actually how I personally read order flow. I just look at up close candles and down close candles. I'm not like applying the entire PD array matrix to it. I just look, are up close candles holding or are down close candles holding? Have we closed below them or have we closed above them? Are highs holding? Are lows
Exactly
holding?
what I do.
So with the R here, since we have these as resistance in a way, we wouldn't take this trade. The R I think is reasonable to get into the daily gap personally, but because we haven't negated this order flow yet, we don't take the trade. Are you talking about the gap that you did 100? She said when it is, I'll slap the first close below. The up close candle. So when the high is the up close candle. Okay. Oh, let me leave that on just so we can see if I'm right or wrong. Yes. Thank you, Coz. So Cozy has the same idea of order flow as we do. We're just looking at up close candles or down close candles, and it's super straight to the point. All right, so see, this is kind of something that I've mentioned before as well. When you see a CISD, you want to see displacement after the fact. Notice that none of these candles close below previous candles, right? We barely got to close below the swing low. We got it on this candle, and even when we did get it on this candle, we failed to close below the previous candles. This is kind of when you know that your CISD is instead going to be a liquidity sweep, right? So we just wick all the lows and we trade back higher. So after that CISD, you really want to see some sort of displacement, even if it's in the form of just closing below a low. And then that's how you can kind of front run, or you would be able to see or understand that your potential CISD, if you're constantly seeking reversals, is actually your liquidity sweep to fade whatever trade idea you had in mind. And higher we go.
What we have here, guys, to the other side,
Yeah.
what
So
we have here,
I sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, what we have here actually, You see, we have this order blocks, the hourly order blocks that in my chart you would see marked it with a like with as a PD array, right?
This one here.
Uh, yeah, this like even two of them, like or the lowest one,
Yeah.
and now we have a sweep of hourly with order block right below, right away happen. Either this CISD, either next CISD, still gonna be my entries because we did like show very strong price hold of the hourly blocks.
So I actually we are going to record this rep because this is a situation where where we were too focused on the shorts, right? But this is actually the trade that's in our example. So going back to the sheet really quick. This is this trade right here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. Yes.
So we will track this, but the CISD when we got it here. So while we were looking at this CISD being negated, this one was confirmed, right? So we came down, we didn't close, we didn't close, and then we closed above this body, creating this CISD here. So in this case, that would then give again. We were saying we weren't going to take the short anyway because we're going against these OBs. So in this case, this is we had this on the chart prior, but I just pulled it forward. And then now we have that sweep, right? So we have the sweep, CISD. So this would be the trade. Obviously, we played it forward too quickly. So I'm just gonna back it up a little bit so you guys can see how that played out. Again, like in real time. So once you have the CISD here, again, we were waiting on this CISD or we were waiting for displacement against that. And so when we closed it, um sorry, we decided we weren't going to take the trade, right? But once we closed above these down close candles, we have that bullish CISD, right? So this is where you would start to place your orders to get in as soon as possible on the next candle, basically.
You know, guys, I'm slow, and you know, guys, that most likely I'm not taking like this. Like I would probably not have enough time also to take this trade as I'm slow. But as you see my trading, because I'm okay to take bigger losses and stop, and it's this early confirmed hold in the order blocks. I assume that hourly keep continue going up, and the CISD of all down close, not candles, but the move, like you see of this hourly move down, that CISD of this black big candles,
Mm-hmm.
like higher, 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 higher,
Mm-hmm.
like right here, yeah,
Yeah.
like basically three big red candles, the CISD of them.
These.
No, on this recent hourly candle.
Oh, this.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. The CISD, you see the CISD of this, the flat open 5 minute candle.
The CISD is a flat open. This one?
Yeah, the black one. So if we close above it,
Oh, I
that's
see.
going to be confirmed long for me. We stop loss the swing low.
Okay, great. So and we'll see how that plays out after the fact. I we know that
Yeah,
we know that this is trading higher for sure. I think we do hit 2R on this idea. I think this is one of the ideas that we actually looked at when we met with each other.
yeah.
Maybe not, but I know that when we were messaging about the model, you told me I think this is one of the examples that like you caught the trade live if I'm not mistaken.
Not
But
this because it was in London, but very
Oh yeah, you're
similar.
right.
Like,
You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So maybe this is just the first one that I saw that just said that I used as the example for the chart. But I think we can jump down to the 1 minute chart as well. So the CISD on the 1 minute occurs down here, right? So like I'm just jumping into the framework of most of the traders in the server. So because the CISD is happening down here on a 1 minute basis, I think we would all be waiting for a confirmation on the 5 minute as well if we're a 5 minute trader. So uh, this may sound like form fitting, but I do think that a decent amount of us would be able to hop in that trade because we already had that 1 minute confirmation down here. But and now and we'll play it the way Anya would play it with these three down close candles here, right, being the CISD, and seeing if that idea also plays out. but mechanically I think the model is here for this one. And
Yeah,
you,
mechanically, yes, I
yeah.
agree.
No, we have a daily OB that we're already trading from down here, rack bar. So then it's just order flow holding from that daily OB. This is the daily OB here. 1 hour OBs are holding all the way up.
Notice the daily pretty much held the OTE price for that big pullback, right? The move up is very possible.
Yeah. Down to here. It never
Like,
has to be inside the daily OB. You just want to be trading the hourly should be trading away from a daily array, and then the 5 minute should be trading away from a 1 hour array. That's how generally time frame alignment works. It's usually the best case scenario, let's say. Okay, so here, let's say. The best case scenario is if this order block was stacked right on top of the daily OB, and then you're just following it up. But since we displaced up on this right here, we know on the 5 minute basis this was a CISD. So this is right on the daily OB. You see what I'm saying? So you're displacing up, and then order flow is just is holding. So this is what I mentioned to you as like a continuation trade, right? Or like just in general continuations. You don't have to wait for a retracement to the low of lows and to the highs of highs. You can just play the continuation to catch the meat on the bone.
using the swing load as a stop loss for healthy trend.
Yeah. All right, so we'll track all of this really quick. I don't remember. I think we get entry 1 on everything. Um Again, guys, if you guys have questions for Anya while she's here, feel free to ask away. I need to change this to have the lines on them. This part is tedious, so I'm just going to, excuse me, mark out all of the, place all the entries. Maybe that's not the case. Hold on. Okay, yeah, they do have lines. This is actually with the last back test we were placing 4 entries at a time. On this one we're placing 6 entries at a time technically. Um, so this is gonna be a little bit, tiny bit more tedious, even though the model itself is more simpler. So we'll have more opportunities to hop in. But just placing these positions for everything is going to be a
You
little bit
know
more
how it
tedious.
can be a little easier, backtest?
Sure.
Just
Mm-hmm.
you can just make all the templates 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, and just make this in templates so you just always just
Oh, like
press the
on.
button.
Oh yeah, on this position. Oh yeah. Okay. That's a good
Like all
point
these
actually.
templates that you just draw in right now every time by your hands, you can just save them because they always the same. You just move in the kind of. Oh no, 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 no! It doesn't have sense.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, because
I
you're
just
moving the position of those.
yes,
Because I
you
do.
just change the size. It doesn't have sense. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I do. Sorry.
I actually did that before and thinking the same thing that it was always going to like stay static to 1 R, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it
If we
doesn't.
had the same size, then yes, but not this case.
Yeah, but I could do a fib like that actually. I could technically
Yeah.
change the fib to do that. All right, sorry guys. This is the thing is that I needed to be on the same price point for my liking. So that's what's going to be the tedious part about this, but all good. You guys can learn to build some patience. Okay.
Good.
Think we're good to
Good
go.
practice.
Okay. And then 2R. All right, so we'll just watch this all play out since we know it's going to tap in. Yeah, oh yeah, we definitely had enough time because we have another 5 minutes to play out right here. So I feel super
Yeah.
confident that we all entered this trade.
Yes. That's why I like 5 minute chart. You have time.
Okay, so in this case, entry one worked out in both cases. And we were able to obviously hit 1R and 2R targets. So I just want to play out price action really quick to what Anya said earlier about her taking these three up close candles here. I don't let's see if it plays out quickly, but so 1R idea is hit. She's not tagged in quite yet.
Yeah, and now I'm have more confidence on bit tag because this hourly candle closed above CISD of hourly candle. So I can be more confident about this trade.
Yeah, so we have the CISD officially here once we close above it.
Hourly
Yeah.
confirmed.
And then now she's retesting her entry here, so she's in entry 1 at a minimum. And send it to Valhalla. All right, so she has her 1R. I don't want to play it too far. Okay, hold on. Let's just play it into 9:30. Oh yes, 2R's hit. Okay, so I don't cheat. Don't look, guys. I'm just gonna play this to right here really quick, and then we'll go ahead and track it. All right, let me see. Do I remember how to do this? Yes, there we go. What was I doing? Okay, so I'll delete that. So her even her waiting for this confirmation. This is what I was trying to prove. Even her waiting for this bigger confirmation and not trying to slap in right away, her trade idea even worked out, right? Like even on the waiting for a 1 hour OB essentially. So you don't like there's plenty of time to get into these trades in general. So you don't have to feel like you missed the trade. Likewise, as it comes back to that entry, you can you just have more time to think about where you want to place things. Okay, I think we're good. Anyone have any questions so far? I'm gonna just again track this while we're here. Oh wait, I don't know why I have that on still. I'll zoom into this. So we have, I'll leave those two OBs in the picture so that we know that these are our 1 hour arrays. If you guys know order blocks, I'm assuming that's your dog, Anya. uh,
Huh?
I assume that was your dog just now. I heard like a.
No, I don't know what was
uh, if you guys know order blocks serve two purposes. There's two types of order blocks. Or maybe not two types. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but two things order blocks do. One is they just establish order flow, right? They don't necessarily when they establish order flow, it's not necessarily always an entry basis. They're just showing you what price, what area, what direction price is trading in, and they pair orders, or orders are being paired within those order blocks, right? So sometimes, like when you see like, oh, that's not an order block, it didn't sweep liquidity, or that's not an order block because blah 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 blah. This is just like, I think this is society overcomplicating it. Straight from the horse's mouth, directly from ICT, who taught order blocks. He teaches that order blocks do those two things. They establish order flow, and there are orders being paired with inside of those order blocks. I
I
wouldn't be.
agree. For me, candle close above, candle close below.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I would assume that Cozy has a link to the memo in which he says that, but you can feel free to drop your knowledge, Coz. All right, so we have two entries here because we weren't stopped out of anything. We got entry one and it just ran. This is, hold on, I need to place my marker on here. So this is New York on, or sorry, this is London on Monday. Long, long. Beautiful, beautiful. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. and exit on both were at 3:10. Wow, 10-minute trade. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. For me, I would more than likely let me not say tilt, but I would absolutely keep trading after that. I find that for me, my preference for a trade is at least 30 minutes. If that trade is less than 30 minutes, I'm more than likely going to hop right back in. Um, I think 40 minutes is my personal sweet spot. When 40 minutes hits, I can be satisfied with that and walk away. But speaking from my own experience with myself, if I take a 10-minute trade and I hit, instantly 3R and 6R, I'm very much still going to hop back into a trade not being satisfied with that R. This is something that I know about myself. This is something that you have to kind of figure out for yourself. If this is something like, if you see that trade pass you, would that make you tilt, right? Or would you be perfectly satisfied and be able to walk away in that instance? All right, so we got these two trades here. They were both wins, and we have a 3R Among Us and a 6R. I'm gonna go with the tenths just so you guys are happy. 2.9, 5.9. Oops.
5.9, right?
Oh, I did it again. Sorry, I have two screens and I'm like diagonal to my keyboard, so I keep hitting the wrong key. There we go. There's the link. So do we have, okay, yeah, so 1 hour OB's holding. OF order flow, for those of you that don't know my abbreviations. Excuse me. Now, I want to pull max R really quick on this. We did play it forward already. Let's see if I can do it. So we're all. I do kind of want to bring up some sort of BE method on this, to be honest with you. Just because I think that most traders in general want to be going BE than not. Because the first skill I think that people can develop is climbing out of drawdown and learning how to break even. So I do over time want to come up with a methodology to break even on this model. But as of now, Anya does not break even. She goes full TP or full stop loss. But I think like in this case where like this trade for us at this entry would have hit well beyond 5R. And I think that if you're holding a 5R trade until you get stopped out again, there's something very wrong. And so that's a type of trader that needs that break even mechanism. So all right, so again, going from R here, go from here to here, we'll do 5. I only have 3. Scoot this forward. So we have 3. Why is 3 not showing? Oh, because I didn't label it. 7. So we're at 6R. So I'll just close all of this. So the reason I stopped the trade here is because we have a 5-minute CISD here. I'll just do 6. So we have a max 6R. And that's the idea. This is always for the idea, not for the actual R from entry. Okay. All right, so moving into the next rep here. Let me delete all of these guys. that did not work. Selected all those lines. Darn it, trading view. That would be exactly where your mind goes as a guy. That would be the number one thing, wouldn't it? Okay, okay. So we have a daily array being tapped here, right? We are at DXY open, technically in the market. That's where we are. We're in pre-market DXY open. We do have a tap of this daily array, and we do have a CISD officially here. So this would be the up close candle. Now, this is kind of the one singular rule where, uh, or maybe the singular exception, let's say, where I can admit the manipulation may not be obvious, right? But look at all those wicks on that daily array. We don't have one single body inside of this daily array. And then you have a CISD, you have a displacement in the form of a volume imbalance, you have displacement in the form of a body close below, and we've inversed the fair value gap, right? So,
Yes.
so
And we
this,
have
yeah, go ahead.
enough room to test the hourly fair value gap below us that we just left.
Yes, exactly. So there's plenty here that to me says it's okay to take this short. And then again, just like look, if you're staring at this for like an hour, I would guess 6:35 to 7:20, a little bit less than an hour. You're staring at this for an hour, and I'm pretty sure like everyone was trying to short this and getting chopped every time it wicked back up. Right? But now after staring at this for an hour, you pretty much know it's gonna go. I'm
Everybody annoyed on the stream, like, why I'm not taking the trade? This is so nice, PD rave, and I'm just waiting for that CISD.
All right, so then we'll place the 2R on. Again, I'll place everything after. We'll see what happens. Theoretically, we have the stop loss at the high. We've already tagged into our entry. Stop loss. On this candle because the CISD happened on this one here. But again, this is a super, you just have so many indications. Again, displacement with a volume imbalance with a body close, and you've inversed, and we've tapped a daily array, right? So daily level, we'll play through. We're in our entries already. So we've got entry 1. 1R was just missed, and we all know that we do not TP to the tick. We only get stopped out to the tick. Oof. I think we're just missing it. Hold on. I wanna pull up price so you guys can see this. All right, so 544.25, and we have no low going into 544.25. We missed it by one tick. Okay, there's TP. So there's TP on 1R and 2R at the same time. All right, so we come back in retracements, and we're just wicking that entry 2 times, and then we come back and we hit TP. All right, so I'm gonna track all of this really quick. Oops, I moved the daily array. Let me make sure this is right. Okay, looks good. I did it again. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to break this up into 3. Drop this forward. What am I doing? Placing an entry as stop loss. Oh, the CISD is slightly higher. Oh, wait, no. There it is. It's this one. Did I put this on the right one? Yes, I did. All right, so 1, 2. Okay, tell me how to do it faster, rack bar. You need to build patience anyway, Mr. Overtrader. Oh yeah, control. Just select everything and build it and move it over. Yes, I'm with you. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Copy paste. Yes. Yeah. Got you. I'll use it on the next one when I move it over to 2R. Happy? Does that make you happy? Okay. I'm a different kind of Asian. I'm Filipino. Wait, something's off here. There's something at 5:40. There we go. Okay. So we got entry 1 on all of them. No entry 2. So we just have 2 reps here. Wait, hold on a second. No, we got entry 2 on all of them. So we got stopped out on the first one here, and entry 2 took it all. All right, so I want to show the hourly order block there. Let me clone this. Thank you, Cozy. You didn't mean sorry at all. So everyone can read up on order blocks there. She's posted a bunch of screenshots for you guys. I will have to read it after the stream, obviously. Let me back this up. There. So 2R is well above that target, so we have plenty of room. I'll make this bigger. Sorry, this is just I need the entire narrative to be in here. Oof. Come on, trading view. I think this is a full-on BPR. I'm just gonna put IFVG.
Just
Mm-hmm.
make a little note somewhere. Answer the JT's DM when
Oh,
you're done with stream.
yeah, thank you. I actually see it on mine. Thank you. I see it on my side. Are you in that? Are you in the same DM?
No, but we were discussing something about this class, so
Okay, cool.
um, just
Thank you.
it's gonna be something nice.
Okay. All right, so think we have everything. Wait, I still don't see it. Okay, there we go. I need this to we all need this in the picture because we're using higher time frame narrative. That was the whole point of me doing all that. Just now, I think I can zoom into this OB here and that's it. There we go. All right, so we have 2 reps again, 2 wins. Looking good. Oh, so we have 4 reps. We have 2 losses. We had stop loss on entry 1. So we're already kind of moving through the sheet really quickly. I'm gonna let you guys throw out a number there. When do you guys want to do the first data entry audit? I'm gonna try to actually get through this entire week. Yes, that's exactly what we're backtesting. Albert, Jean. Oof, forgot this. We entered the trade here. All Monday. Yeah, guys, FYI for this for the video that we recorded yesterday, everything is good to go for that video. I'm ready to post it. I don't know why I posted long here. One, two. Wait, is this a different rep? That's a different rep. I didn't place the time in this one. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hold on. Squirrel. 1 second. Let me do one thing at a time. Okay. So I have the video ready to post. There's nothing to edit out of it. We're just deciding where we're going to post the video. Right now, we're kind of reorganizing where I put my backtest videos. But as soon as I know where to put it, it will be available to you guys, and I will add everyone, and you will know exactly when you have access to it. So we hit TP1 and TP2 on the same candle at 820. So see, this would be a very good trade for me after the win in London and then a win here in New York pre-market. I would 100% be done trading for the day. I love finishing up pre-market. So this trade lasted about 50 minutes. The last trade lasted about 10. So as a result from the last trade, I personally, knowing my own personality, not speaking for you guys, I would want to hop into another trade based on just the short time frame. Maybe it's humans, maybe it's self-sabotage. I don't believe I should get away with making a lot of money in 10 minutes. Doesn't feel like I really worked. So I'd be looking for another trade personally. But this 50-minute trade, this would satiate me enough to walk away. The durations for 7 to 10 should be 5. 7 to 10. Can you walk me through this stuff in? I'm having a brain fart right now. So this is London pre. Oh, 7 through 10. Thank you. Entry 7 through 10. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Jeez. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that's not London pre-market either. That's New York pre-market. Okay. What are you gonna get? Okay. No, thank you. And we were trading away from a volume imbalance. Ooh, we don't have a volume imbalance on here. Let's add volume imbalance. Yeah, because that was clean rejection of it. Do you use volume imbalances, Anya?
No,
Okay.
you see, I don't use anything. I just use candles. As simple as this. Just candles.
She's like,
High flows and candles.
uh,
It's been a long way when I was learning everything and anything that in the table, and then it was a long way to unlearn everything and make it as simple as possible.
Rockbar, you're about to get muted and kicked out of this stream. Okay, wait. We got stopped on the first two entries. We made money on the second one. All right, so here and there. Good to go. I think I copied the link already. Oops, nope, I copied 10. Okay. Copy link. All right, and we have -1, -1. This would be a 3R and a 6R. I'm just gonna double check. Oh, 4. Sorry, 4. 4 and 8s. 4 and 7. 4 and 7.1, I believe. Let me double check. 7.1. Okay, so So daily VI, bearish, 1 hour sweep. That's really all I have. It was super clean. All right, so I'm just gonna play it through again for the max R on this. I kind of don't like this part of it. I may remove this from the backtest because we're kind of cheating by looking forward in price. But I'm gonna play this through so that we can see, do we get stopped out or break even? And then does it go further than this 2 hour target? So it should only take a few candles, and it doesn't. Okay, so we get stopped out. So we know that, TP was good. This was like an exact TP even, right? Don't want to go any further than that. So let me replay it to here. And why is it not grabbing these? Do this one too. All right, so now we've tagged the 1 hour fair value gap. Let me jump into the 1 hour chart really quick. We have a fair value gap here. We know it's going to CISD higher because we all cheated.
It's going to be hard, those 8:30 candles, because we have so much news usually at 8:30.
Yeah, do you trade news?
No.
Okay. So let's add in here as well that Anya does not trade. Do you just not trade any red folder news, or is it just the big three?
And I don't trade any red folder news before like if there's like 20, 15, 30 minutes before them, because mostly I trade my TPT accounts as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay. Um I think okay. So Anya isn't technically even awake at 8:30 for the record. It's 5:30
yeah,
her
but you
time.
guys
Yeah.
keep going.
So I think in favor of TPT, we will trade actually red folder news because it's only the big three that we cannot trade with them. Okay. So it's only NFP, CPI, and FOMC. So everything else is on the table. Cozy, you
Yeah,
can feel free to like drop your knowledge here because I actually only focus on red folder news. But Cozy in her calendars and in the newsletter, she actually shows us all of the news as well. So I think we should trade the red folder news.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, let's do all the data. It is as it is, because we can pull like all the days when it was news or anything. If it's gonna be a loss, it's gonna be a loss. Who
yes,
cares?
exactly. And that's the thing is because we believe that there's an algorithm because we're all trading on the foundation of ICT. I was gonna say FOMC. Since we're all trading on the idea of ICT and the idea that an algo exists, the red folder news is actually just a headline for where price action was already programmed to go. That's what we
Yes,
believe as ICT traders,
that's a good point.
taking off my tinfoil hat now. Okay, so let's see if we get the CISD. We get it right there after the sweep of this 1 hour fair value gap again. So in this case, we can actually see we're inside of this daily fair value gap, which we've traded towards the low. We missed the low. We traded right back above the CE. So we're trading from this daily inverse fair value gap. We have a 1 hour fair value gap after that, after we traded back above that CE. After an hourly OB as well, right? So we're holding order flow higher. We are trading back into this daily. We're trading back into this daily volume imbalance that we traded away from earlier. But again, overall order flow is bullish. Now we are at 850. So if we don't get an entry, or would you take a trade at 850? Should I change that to 850 instead of just 30 minutes before? So I have it listed right now.
I would think it is like, as we say, like in average trades, they'll show that my trades about like in average, it's about like from 10 to 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly they get to 1 hour, like in the next 30 minutes. So yeah, I would do it because we still have like more than 30 minutes.
Perfect, yeah. And then that's another thing too is that like if we're entering within that macro, right? And you have 20 minutes to be in the trade. Oh my gosh, that's the entire macro window. That's the perfect yeah, that's the perfect model for it actually.
Yes.
Okay. So again, theoretical stop is at the low. We have all the risk sinking entries in place. 1 hour target is there, 2 hour target is there. We are tagged in on this candle. CISD was confirmed on this candle. 1 hour hit, 2 hour hit. Beautiful. And there's 9:30 open. Let me just scoot this forward really quick. I want to see,
The
dude.
backtest, I even love it the better this one.
Let me back it up to right there. So we hit it perfectly. Oh yes, sure, no problem. Yeah, we already know it's gonna tank anyway. So 3R, one more candle. 3R was not hit because it goes lower. Unless you want me to get stopped out first, cause okay, good. I would argue probably yeah, 2.5 was definitely hit. All right, so I'll leave that on for the screenshot, no problem. Um, and then after I track everything, we'll go ahead and see if we get stopped out or if we hit 3R first. All right, so again, hold on. I need to scoot this back because we need that higher time frame narrative in the picture. The DVI bearish. Can't even tell that that's
Oh,
bearish.
the beautiful one, like literally A plus. Interpediary, the block is so beautiful. The inversion inside the block, the
Yeah,
hourly open inside the block. So
yeah.
everything was just perfect.
Yeah, note this, guys. This is something that I've seen in my own in my own testing and own like trading is that when you get the CISD in the same candle or say as the same time that you're confirming the a close above the hourly open, it's wicked, wicked, wicked clean. So this is the open right here. This is the CISD. You have the same singular candle closing above both, right? This
Yeah.
is as A plus as it gets. And just like she said, if you guys know my model, it's two gaps in the block, right? So we have our block here, we have a gap here, and we have a gap there. This is A plus, and then you have the time frame alignment with it, right? So this is something like you don't. And again, look at that clean 2R. We're in this trade for 50 to, so we're in this for 35 minutes. That's also, I would I hope I would have caught that. I hope I would have stayed around on the chart for that because that's super clean. All right, so there, just zoom in as much as I can. We will now place the positions. Rack bar, look away for this. No, you're gonna place. No, you're gonna make a comment.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, I have to leave. I think you're not gonna stay here for long as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh, but I have to leave as I have already some plans. Thank you, Jess, for testing, for all your work you do for us. It's just amazing. It's a lot of work. I appreciate it a lot.
Thanks, Anya.
So,
Thanks for being here.
and make sure to check the GD DM, and you guys gonna have a little surprise. Everybody who attended the
Sweet,
sessions.
sweet, sweet. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Thank you very much again.
So fun having her on. Okay. Excuse me. What am I doing? This is supposed to get stopped out here. So this entry goes here. If any of the other mods want to hop up here with me, you guys can always feel free to. Just to kind of talk. No pressure. But Please, no members hop up here. If you hop up here, I'm gonna kick you. At least kick you. At least disconnect you from the session. So, don't do it. To the tick. To the tick. Okay, 603.75. Rockbar, do you want to hop up here? Just curious. Not that I'm inviting you, but just curious. Is that something you're interested in? Oh, you want to? Oh, interesting. He said, why not? Hmm. When is he not? Damn. I actually support what Rackbar is doing for the record. I support that he gets in here and he backtests. I think all of you guys should be following suit if I'm being honest with you. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. He's putting in the work. So just saying. Yeah. Rockbar, I'm not gonna have you come up just because I'm 2 hours into this backtest and you've already been nagging me the entire session, so I'm not gonna let you up here. But all love. I appreciate you trying to make this more efficient. I really do appreciate it. I'm losing patience at this time, so I won't have you come up, okay? But all love. Yes, I appreciate it. I do appreciate the feedback because this is why it takes so long to catch up with current data. So I do appreciate it. I do. I just don't have the patience for you right now. All right, so we have 17, 18, 19. We're probably going to wrap it up soon anyway, too. Or we'll take a quick break really quick. I'm gonna hop off the stream for this break, so I may take like a 30-minute break or so, and then we can hop on later to backtest this. Send to the back. Sorry, I didn't realize I had one there. Copy this link again. Renko, were you late again? Renko is notoriously late, and he always wants me to stay on because he's late. Okay, and we were long. Uh, my Chrome theme is called Marco. It's that brand, that old, super old gen or millennial brand. I forget the brand name, to be honest with you, but it's the one that looks like a gecko, I think. All right, so our entry was at 8:45. Sorry, 8:50. A macro entry. Look at that. Yeah, well, I will be on here for 2 more minutes. I just won't be taking another trade. TP happens inside of this candle, so that's 9:25. Just perfect timing to sit on our hands for the open. Okay, and then we need to give that time to think, so we're at 35 minutes. And we considered this to be part of New York. And again, the 1 hour array was a fair value gap. And it was the hourly, daily alignments. All right, so first two trades we get stopped out on. That's right. Everything had the sweep, of course. Oh, that's what's missing from these two. Hold on. We had all that occur. Again, this is just a non-negotiable. We just keep it there to remind us. So again, this is a 1 hour sweep. This is the 5-minute CISD. So we get stopped out on the first two entries, entry 1, and then we get profit on entry 2. So -1. And entry 2 is going to be 4R and oh wait. Oh, darn. I need to copy the chart again. So this is going to be 7R. Again, rounding to the 10th. Is your entry timing right? Isn't the CISD later, or you wouldn't have gotten stopped on the first entry? Yes. I think I just said that. Maybe I'm answering after the fact. So the CISD is on this 845 candle. We enter on this 850 candle. See there? Oh, sorry, you're right. Entry 1. Darn. I was looking at this entry. Thank you. See? Constructive feedback is good. Okay, so entry 1, 3 and 4. Damn, I just recorded all that. I'm sorry, 3 and 6. I just recorded all that for no reason. 3 and 6 will delete 19 and 20. I want to put this offer out here as well. Rackbar, this is for you actually. Since you know you reminded me, but I always offer people that if you want to jump up here to backtest with me, I welcome it. We can play price forward on. Oh, yeah, we can play price forward on your chart. And then I can track the data on my side. Recording it would be kind of a pain, but as long both sides would kind of have to be able to record it in order for that to work out. But it is something that I highly recommend because you guys will be able to get a feel for the trade yourself. So someone like especially Rackbar, you're always sharing your screen, so I know you're capable of sharing your screen and being on the mic, and you think fairly quickly, so you can definitely hop up here, use your chart, and backtest the actual model while I just record the data, and that would speed things up significantly. So we got 3R and 6R on that. And the max R, which doesn't make sense, but the max R was 2.5 from the idea cause. All right, so we're at 2 hours from when we hopped on. Yeah, the higher time frame was a daily OB. Or sorry, the daily, or you're right. It was a daily inverse fair value gap. So we traded back above the CE. So one thing you can do if you're inside of a daily array is you can just quarter it. The CE is obviously the 50%. So we have a daily CE, and then we have a 1 hour fair value gap trading away from that CE. We also just have an order block on there as well. Order flow is still holding from the daily order block below us. Let me just show you on the 1 hour on the daily chart. So we're still trading away from this daily order block, right? From that order block, we also have this daily volume imbalance, which is this daily. Hold on a second, I moved it, I guess. Gosh, I'm gonna have to redo this again. Okay, so we have this daily inverse that has occurred. We traded below it. I knew it. We traded below it and traded back above it. So even better, actually, it moves the CE closer. So we have in the 1 hour order block established right on that CE. We trade higher, or sorry, right below that CE. We trade higher, leave behind the 1 hour fair value gap, and then we're above it. So basically, when we're inside of that daily array, you can quad that up to see where we're displacing. So if you trade into the lows and then back above EQ, then you should be using EQ as your next PD array, basically. Equilibrium being in the middle of the PD array matrix and being a PD array itself, if you guys don't know. I need to copy this chart again because I need it to be accurate. How is the first entry still wrong? Yeah, I adjusted it. We didn't get a stop. TP. This is just because it's here, but we don't get the entry until here. You want me to move all the positions over? Is that what you're saying? Is that going to satisfy you? Yeah. Let me just move it over to satisfy rack bar. There we go. Good. Oops. I can look at that and know that the CISD was not confirmed until there, right? So it's just a little bit of focus to the details, and then you would be able to understand what's going on. That was recorded accurately no matter what, because the data in the sheet is correct. All right, so macro entry. Just gonna leave that as that. I don't have any other notes on this. Do you guys have any other notes on this? Maybe even I can add that we swept the daily CE and then we're back above it before printing another fair value gap, but we can see that in the chart as well. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here. I will add everyone when I hop back on. I will be back on for more because we're only on Monday. I do want to try to get through the entire week. At this point, that's looking like a 4-hour session possibly. So we'll see what that looks like. But I'm going to add everyone when I jump back on. Maybe we'll backtest into the open. So peace, guys. Thank you for joining in. I'll see you in a bit.